We come onto Facebook and see from Fast on Dirt the 410 Wing Sprint Car Series of Ohio when the All Stars took all their drivers and support and everything to High Limit to boost their initial year. And there's a post that says, in light of today's announcement, we feel we need to clarify where we stand in the state of the industry for 2025. This is after the All-Star post. In late October, the High Limit organization contacted me and asked me, we're going to get to who me is, to dissolve the Fast Series. I was offered a position in the rebirth of the All-Stars as the race director under Rich Farmer. After spending 7 years building the Fast Series into a true touring regional series, I chose to decline their offer and continue to own and operate Fast. We plan to move confidently forward in 2025 and beyond. We have more than 20 races already scheduled and several more in negotiations. Ultimately, it will be up to the Ohio racetracks to decide the fate of Speed Week. As for the competition in Ohio, keep in mind the All-Stars and Fast have coexisted for many years. We needed to figure out what the hell is actually going on with this situation, and we have the me in this conversation, Aaron Fry, on the line.
All right, I sat back, minded my own business, took care of business, and High Limit called me and asked me to run Ohio Sprint Speed Week for 2024, and I was so grateful for that opportunity.
Everything went amazing this year. This is on the request of High Limit and that organization or group.
Yes. And by the way, when I say they gave it to me to run it, they gave it to me, and that was it. There was no financial backing. There was no actually, I don't even think I got a phone call after it was over or anything to ask how it went or, congratulations or anything. Brad did thank me when the phone call here in late October. He thanked me for putting it on and he said I did a good job with it. We did a good job with it. But we pretty much, that was us doing it on our own.
Obviously, this was kind of like an open year. Did anybody ever try to schedule something on top of this whole Speed Week this year? Or have you ever had any kind of issues like that before?
Okay. That was part of our problem with Speed Week, why it took so long to get it put together and announced. Once it was given to me, another group was trying to form, whether it be a whole series or whatever, but definitely a Speed Week was being plotted to go head to head with my Speed Week. And it was, I hate to get air dirty laundry, but it was Rich Farmer who was talking to the racetracks and putting his own Speed Week together through Dirt Vision.
Whoa, hold on. You got to hold on. Back it down. The person who is appointed to this All-Star situation now, with High Limit, with Flow, with all these conglomerates, originally was trying to schedule against what they had requested of you?
Exactly. I mean, it's not a secret. Fremont Speedway was a Dirt Vision track in 2024. And I guess...
So we're talking about streaming wars. We're talking about a streaming war.
Ultimately, Chaz, the whole thing is really a streaming war. We're slowly letting the streamers dictate our industry and dictate our sport.
Well, just hearing your little explanation right there, it's like just going based on your post there, how they wanted you to fold up, dissolve, whatever word you want to use to push Fast away for you to go work for this guy who tried to technically destroy your work that you planned that was against them to be for them that's now against but for. What the hell is all this? That don't make no sense to me.
That's part of why my fuel and fire to continue on, stay strong, and make our deal bigger and better, because I've never had anything as, in my opinion, unprofessional, anything as insulting as this ever happened in my business life. And I am a multi-business owner through the years, and I was pretty shocked at the way this whole thing went down.
Well, I mean, wouldn't that breed a sense of betrayal? Like, hold on, if I was getting into a relationship with the girl, right, And she's like, hey, I want you to do this for me and this for me. And I go out here and I do all this for me. And while I'm in the process of doing this, I tell the girl, like, hey, there's this guy over here that's causing all kinds of problems on us trying to do this. And she's like, oh, well, just keep doing, do the best you can. Then I go out there and I home run it. And then at the end of the year, after the home run, she comes to me and says, hey, that guy was causing all the problems. I'm actually going to go and sleep with him now. Do you want to come over and be my friend? Like, what the fuck did you just say to me, bitch? I'm just saying. That's how I would take it.
You got me laughing a little bit here, but
it's a very good analogy. That's good. That's like perfect.
It is. But the racetracks ultimately, told him that, they were sticking with me. We were doing this speed week, and he got on board. We had a race at Fremont Speedway.
Okay, so y'all got along.
It was the one that rained, the feature rained out, and we had to go back and make it up. We were the Friday night part of the Jim Ford Classic, which I appreciate very much. And the stigma out there, I saw people on our post saying Aaron Fry and Rich Farmer can't work together. They hate each other. We do not hate each other. Rich, like I said before, there was a time when he was my biggest ally and best friend in the sport. He worked on one of my antique race cars, the first one we ever got running. Rich and I have worked well together in the past, but we definitely have a difference here now. Simply, he stepped away from the sport. I built something, and now he wants what I have. And that's kind of the way I feel about it.
Right. Well, and that's why the woman analogy makes plenty sense, because it's all over the woman. It's this flow high limit deal, flirting with both of you.
But there's something else I want to put out there that I think needs to be cleared up, because since my post Saturday evening, I was contacted by a employee of High Limit that it made them look bad because they never asked me to, I use the word dissolve the Fast Series, exactly the way it was worded. And I can say this with authority. That Brad Sweet's explanation was that they had rolled the All-Star Series into the High Limit Series, and now they wanted me to work with them and roll the Fast Series into the All-Star Series and come to work for them. And there was no contract offered, no specific terms, but threw around the opportunity to be the race director or whatever.
Come on. When I hear that shit, hold on, Aaron. The word dissolve is fine to use there, okay? I hate to keep using this analogy, but that's like the girl coming up to you and be like, I'm going to go sleep in his bed, and we're going to go to sleep and wake up the next day. You just simply said you are going to fuck, right? I mean, that's what dissolve means in that scenario. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, you can word it however you want, but dissolve and what you were explained is the same thing.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. I guess I paraphrased in the post, and they didn't like the paraphrasing, but that's exactly what it meant. And if I've learned any one thing, I've been, like I told you before, I'm a historian in this industry as well. I've learned from other mistakes through the year, that not the mistakes I've made necessarily, but other series. And I saw what happens when you shelve a name for a year. You don't walk right back in the door. So they were asking me, I wouldn't give up ownership of Fast, but I would basically shelve the Fast Series to go to work for them for a year or two. Hey, you can still own the Fast Series. You can bring it back whenever you want. Yeah, right. I see how that works.
Right.
Look at the fight they're in for now. So, no, that's not happening. I'm not, I'm a little smarter than that.